Hello, welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. My name is Michael, and happy Mother's Day. I hope you had a great day for all the moms out there. Moms can be anyone, whether you actually have had children or not. Women that fall into that role are nurturers, they're mentors, they lead others. So there are many people in our lives that may not actually be biological mothers or have children, but they serve that really important role. So I hope that you took the opportunity today to thank them and tell them how much they mean to you and how they have made your life better. So happy Mother's Day, everyone. This is a look at the week ahead. It's just a pretty basic reading. It's for the collective, so it will resonate more with some than others. What I'm going to try to do as I go through this is to give different examples or pull different energies in to kind of hit more different categories in this. But we'll be looking at what you are facing this week, how it might present itself, what you might be overlooking, and one way forward. Just one. There are always many. I'm going to try to give one, and you can do with that as you choose. And then we are going to end with a final message from Spirit. For this reading, I'll be pulling from two different tarot decks. The first will be Tarot of Oppositions, and then I'll be clarifying with the Unveiled Tarot. And then for the message from Spirit, I'll be using messages from the universe. So let's get started. What are you facing this week? And for my federal government employee brothers and sisters, what are we facing this week? Every week's been different, so I'm sure it'll be exciting and new. All right, what we're facing this week. We have the Ace of Swords. Wow, a new opportunity. And swords are about thoughts and in our head where we are. And right now, everyone's in their head on a variety of things. But this is something new coming in, possibly a new way of looking at something, a new way of thinking about it. New information may be coming. I mean, it's not the Page of Swords, but there could be something new that takes place this week. So it's a new opportunity presented. So that is... Here we have the upright version of it, and that's something really cool. The reverse is kind of the other side of it. So for some of you, it'll be a positive thing, and for others, it may come across as negative, something that you didn't really want to be presented this coming week. But it's all about perception and mindset, right? So let me pull a clarifier on that from the Unveiled Tarot, and let's see what that might actually look like, what might be coming in, and how we can deal with that. And we have King of Pentacles. This is a perfect card to go with that, because this is about making a decision of moving forward. Your protection, your security, your money, your abundance. You are creating something new, and it's about you making that executive board decision. Now, this is interesting because in the very center, you have kind of a modern day representation that this could be, you almost feel like you're taking a risk, or you're gambling, you're gambling something. You're making a long shot. So you're making a decision based on your money, your security, your future, and you may feel like you're taking a risk, but it's what's presenting itself this week. So choose wisely and really think ahead about what you are wanting to achieve with your life. This is about a new door opening, and this is happening for a lot of people right now. It's a transition to where you're walking away from the old into something brand new. And it's scary, especially if your money's on the line, because you think, am I going to have what I need to move forward with this? Wow. And again, my heart right now is with the federal employees, because this is where almost all of you are right now. It's wondering what's going to happen. Am I going to have a job? I'm not going to have a job. What decision do I make? Do I take a buyout? Do I take a RIF? What do I do? It's a scary time, and I'm right there with you. So we're all in this together, and not just in the federal sector, but also in the private sector. There's a lot of change happening right now. Businesses are laying off. And also, too, a lot of people are, whether their job's on the line or not, they're waking up and saying, I'm not happy. I want to change. I want something different. I want a brand new start. And this is the perfect week that this is going to be presenting itself to you in some way. So you have that ace coming forward. It's here. There's an opportunity provided to you, and it's going to cause you a lot of thought about what you're going to do. Is it going to be a positive thing, or are you seeing it as a negative? So try to see it as a positive. If that doorway is opening and the timing's now, it's for a reason. So just be aware of that. Don't be afraid. Just know that it's a big decision and you'll make the right one. The next category is how it might present itself. And I kind of just talked about that, but I'm going to pull another card for this. And let's see what else we have. Oh, well, here we go. This is helpful. The Wheel of Fortune. Now, remember that I just talked about the King of Pentacles. This camera is just cruddy when it comes to focusing. I am so sorry about that. I was talking about the King of Pentacles. You might feel like you're taking a risk. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is how it's going to present itself. It's like, yeah, this is, spin it. What are you going to do? The Wheel of Fortune is interesting because it, round and around it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows, right? But where it stops is where you choose to stop it. You are in control of that. You're the one that spins it. You're the one that stops it. So you have that, your manifestation abilities, what you see for the future, what you put in place is going to dictate that. Yeah, it's divinely timed and there's a sequence taking place saying, now's the time to make a decision. What are you going to do? Are you going to move forward into something new? Or are you going to stay where you are and be unhappy? It's up to you. But if it's presented to you, that means there's something on the other side that's actually for your highest good. So the Wheel of Fortune is how it's going to present itself, meaning it's a decision you're going to have to make. It's up to you, whatever you choose to do. Let's pull a clarifier on that one as well from the Unveiled Tarot. Ooh, that one just jumped out. Couldn't get any better. Strength. Have strength. This is up to you. You have this. You have it within you to do this. It's just going to be strong. And where you're going to be digging in deeper on this is in the category of your faith, right? Now, would you stand in front of a lion and face a lion? Maybe not, but you might feel like that's where you are right now. You're like Daniel in the lion's den. You're surrounded by stuff and you're wondering, am I going to be devoured? Am I going to survive this? Am I going to make it out to the other side? You are. The modern day equivalent of this is a nurse in a hospital room or emergency room or something and saving lives. And the life you've saved this week may be your own because of the decision that you make, but you have the strength to do this. So how it's presenting itself is as an opportunity for you to stand up for yourself and say, I know what I want. I know who I am. I know the decision I am going to make. I don't know what the other side of that looks like, but I'm here for a reason and I'm going to make this one count. Third category is what you might be overlooking. What you might be overlooking. Besides needing a sedative or something, there's always something that we overlook, we don't see. And it's easy to do in the world today with all the different decisions that people have to make. There's a lot of fear around everything. There's so much uncertainty. Oops, that just jumped out. There's two of them jumped out. We're going to go with both of them, but there's so much uncertainty right now. So what you might be overlooking could be right in front of you and you're seeing what everybody else is saying. So there are two cards that came out and they are the Hermit and then the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. So I'm going to start with the Hermit. What you're overlooking is sorry, just a second. I'm getting something on this. It's not what you're overlooking. It's what you're not hearing. It's your intuition. That voice inside of you is telling you what you should be doing, the decision, the direction you should be going. And you're not listening to it because you're out there looking around for answers, right? And the hermit's been in the cave for a while. They've really gone deep. They've done a lot of dark, deep reflection. They know who they are, and they're now coming out of the cave and shining their light because they're ready to share information with others and just see what's going on. So what you're overlooking is your own inner voice, your own thoughts. You're pushing those aside possibly because you're paying attention to what everyone else is saying. And try not to do that. Now, on the flip side, if you don't pay attention to your own inner voice, your light goes out and the intuition becomes of no effect. It's not shining or directing you. You're listening to other people, and you'll see how he kind of becomes a kind of a curmudgeon, kind of just dark and depressing. And it's just a very dark energy. I hear the word depressed, depression. So don't let your light go out. Listen to your inner voice, listen to your team, and go with your gut. That light represents your gut on this one. It's what your gut's telling you to do. Regardless of all the fears and whatever you may be facing, go with your gut. The other card that came out is the Three of Pentacles. And this is a really nice one because, man, that camera, I'm so sorry. It's a really nice one because this is stopping to make a plan. Also working with some others, bringing in some other people that you partner with and making a game plan, putting a strategy, goals in place for how you want to move forward. What do you want to build? And this is where that takes place. On the reverse side of this, you have chaos and destruction because there's no plan and things are just falling apart. And this may be what it feels like for you right now. It's like my life is falling apart, and this is Pentacles. So it's, again, I'm going to go with the financial part on this. It's like, I don't know. I don't have the money to make ends meet. I can't pay my bills. What if this? What if that? What will I do? Oh my gosh. I don't have any other skills. Everything I've been doing is so specialized. How will that apply to another industry? What will I do? Don't overlook the abilities that you have. The job you may be doing or whatever it is that your business practice is maybe specialized, but underneath that is a very intelligent and skilled person, and you can apply those same skills anywhere across the board, anywhere. So don't overlook that. You have that. You have more going for you than you think. This is really turning out into a career reading, isn't it? And that's just the direction this is going. And some of that may be influenced by what I'm feeling, but that's, for me, what the cards are really showing out of what's coming this week. So that was what you might be overlooking. And on that one is you're overlooking yourself, your inner light, and also your own abilities. You have it. One way forward. So let's look and see what that may be. One way forward. Just one. Okay, here we go. Knight of Wands, take action. Just grab that inner fire and go with it. So this is about you taking control and stepping out there. Knights are interesting because they have different things, of course, that they do and how they move things forward, but they're the action takers. They are the ones that take the action. And the Knight of Wands, this is kind of a fast, very fiery, energetic energy. If this were a love reading, it would be kind of a different feel, but pretty much the same. They're that hot Casanova that comes flying in out of nowhere. And then, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and boom, they're gone. So you don't want that on this, but this is about you taking that action of just saying, I'm going to do this. Use your creative spark, your creativity, your energy, and know that regardless of what's happening in your life, whatever the situation, whether it's job or not, you have what it takes to move forward through this. So go with gusto and passion and just move forward. So this is about you taking charge. Earlier we had the Wheel of Fortune card, I think is what that was, right? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. And that one, remember I said that you're in control. You spin it, you stop it. It goes kind of where you want it to go. The fortune's based up to you. And you may feel like I'm taking a risk or a gamble, back to that King of Pentacles. But with this one, with the Knight of Wands, it's moving forward anyway, of going with your spark, your passion, and saying, I'm going to do it. And that's how things are done. If you're waiting for an answer to come in and someone to step in and help you and tell you what to do, it's not probably going to happen, because it's up to you what you choose to do. It's your wheel of fortune, and you set the fortune, you spin the wheel. Let me do a clarifier on that one from the Unveiled Tarot and see what else we can get on that. Right, here we go. This is good. The Emperor. Now, this is definitely taking charge, making that decision. You know, you're in control of your life. You're the Emperor. You're the final word on this of what you want it to be. This is you. So step into that authoritative role. Now, the negative aspect on this could be the Emperor could also be a person that's very closed-minded. They're just only one way only, and they become very tyrannical sometimes, bossy, egotistical. They can be. So don't be that way. Be mindful of that and know that this is your life you're shaping. And this week, whatever you're facing, you have to be the Emperor for your decision, for your empire, your kingdom. And your kingdom could be you. It could be, of course, for you and your family, for you and your pets, whatever it is. You're in charge. You make the final decision. So this is the energy that you want to have as you take one way forward. So this is about you taking charge. And this is in alignment with all the other cards thus far. You are the driver here. I'm surprised that Chariot has not come up, because that would go perfectly with this overall reading. So that's one way forward. You taking the lead, you making the decision. So I want to end with a message from Spirit, and I'm going to be pulling from the messages from the universe. And let's see what we get. What does Spirit have for the collective? And here we go. Love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes to please other people is a real act of self-love. Again, this is about you taking control of your life, you setting those boundaries, and you saying, this is the line I'm going to cross, and I'm not going to cross this anymore. Boundaries are for you. So this is my boundary. This is my line in the sand, and I'm not going to cross it. I'm going to do what's right for me. And I want to just go a little bit further on this one, going back to what I was saying in the beginning. Whatever you're going to be facing this week, I think for a lot of people, this is definitely a time of transition and change. This is something that's been coming for a while. I'm sure you have felt it. You've seen it. Things that you were always doing in the past have just been floating away. You're no longer even interested. The things you had passion for, you no longer have that. It's gone. It's done. You're done, and you're ready to move on. Yet there are things that still keep us attached to the past, attached to people, attached to jobs, attached to any number of things, because in the past we felt we needed that to be complete or to be accepted, to be acknowledged, to feel like we mattered and to feel like we were heard. But times have changed because you have changed. You're no longer in alignment with the environment you were once in. You used to fit in nicely, and now you feel like you're completely out in left field. It's like, who are these people? I don't sync with them anymore. Have they changed? Not at all. They're the same. What's changed is you. And in order to not get sucked back into that energy again and to stay there, because you've become so uncomfortable because it doesn't match with you anymore, you have to move on. And you have to learn to, and I keep saying you have to, because we all have to. It's a step we must take if we want to advance and continue growing. If we do not take the step of moving away from that, that means we remain in it, and it will eventually drag us back down. And you know how the situation, whatever it is, makes you feel now. Do you want to continue feeling that way? Do you want to continue living that way? Continue showing up in the world that way? I'm sure you don't. So this is a time of transition and change. The transition of you from one chapter of your life to another. The transition of you from the person you used to be to the person you are now, and the person you're continuing to become as you grow higher. So it's a very important door that you're walking through. And on the other side of that door is a new you, a new life. What does that look like? Whatever you choose it to be. Remember, Wheel of Fortune. It's your choice what you want to do. I hope that this message has helped and it gives you something to think about this week as you're going through the week and dealing with whatever you deal with. Things are going to come out of left field and you're going to be like, what? Stumped and confused and surprised. Try your best. Instead of reacting, just take a deep breath or hyperventilate in a bag, whichever helps you. Take a deep breath, step back, and just say, I saw this coming. This is a major moment for me. How am I going to handle it? Am I going to react like everyone around me? Or am I going to respond like an emperor? And the emperor is what you want to do. So even though it's out of focus, and right now life seems that way, doesn't it? Out of focus. So this represents that. But how you respond is up to you. And that will make all the difference. Because when this is all said and done and you look back, you will be able to say, I stood up for myself. I did what was right. And I was very mature in the entire process. Kudos to you. Thank you for following me on the metaphysical journey and have a great week.